if I'm allowed, I would like to go back a little bit to when I was a kid. When we wanted some out of the normal kind of expenses, we used to run to our mother. I used to run to my mother asking for some money, and she always had some money. And she was what we call today only a housewife. My father was the earning member because he was working. My mother was not considered as an earning member, but she always had some money for all of us. I remember when my brother refused to give me his cycle for learning to cycle, my mother gave me money to hire a cycle and to learn cycling. And I know that she got this money by, we had some chickens and she sold eggs and gathered this money. And yet I remember nobody ever really acknowledged that she was creating, bringing in money. It was always the father who brought in the money. She today, in today's parlance, you might say she was a micro entrepreneur, but that was not a term that was even available to us. So I think there are two things here. One is the lack of belief that women can generate wealth, and they find ways to do it even when the circumstances in which they live do not actually in any way support them. They just go out and do it by themselves. There seems to be a natural talent that's not acknowledged. So that's one thing I think we need to challenge. The second is the fact that they are generating wealth is also not acknowledged. Even though we were enjoying the fruits of it, she was never looked at as someone who brings in money. So two things. One is the capacity to generate wealth and the fact that they are generating. The lack of acknowledgement of both these factors is what I believe we need to challenge and change. That women in whatever, and it's coming to Northeast India, where if you go to any of these cities in the region or even in the villages, you will find women doing lots and lots of business enterprises in the markets. We have the Ima market in Imphal, for example. You go to Aizawl, you will find women coming early morning to book their space for the market and to sell their goods and support their families. And yet they are not considered as, I don't know if they are acknowledged for what they are doing. And they are not even respected for what they are doing. So I think this is something that we need to challenge. There's a lot of economic contribution that the women make. And yet that acknowledgement, that appreciation of what they do, the quantum of wealth that they generate is somehow not even studied, I think, not even calculated. I think this is something that we need to change. If you were to ask me, taking from what I experienced as a child with my mother, I think they're earning, they go to work in a place and earn, that perhaps is acknowledged. I know there are a lot of women in our own place who used to go to factories and work and earning, but then not earning a salary, but creating wealth from what they have within themselves. I think that's something that we need to acknowledge, and it's not done enough, and I think we need to challenge and change that.